coherent. See more drugs than a teenage gentleman. Try to get in it, worth like devil letterman. Haters sounding fitterman, gossiping against ready them rumors. Looking so innocent ever since Edison Edison. With a fuzz in your face, horsing and causing a tumor. I sold you so, I sold you so, I sold you so.
Yo, what's good? This is 1OUTSNZ, New Zealand's premier battle rap league. We back. The rebirth of New Zealand battle rap. So if you're down with 1OUTS and you support the league, make some noise! Firstly, before we get into this, I just want to make a quick shout outs to our sponsors. This event would not be possible without them. Shout outs to MC Original, our major sponsor of this event. Shout outs to Zero Fox. Shout outs to the Skate Factory. And shout outs to the Bro Tees Nubs. Make some noise! Let's get straight into this one. Battler to my left, let them know who you are.
Oh yes! It's the lethal the freak with the unbeatable me! You're all right! The man butcher! We've got Haruspex on the chopping block for only $9.99 a kilo!
And to my right, all the way from Welly, introduce yourself, bro.
Haruspex. I'll let the battle speak for itself.
We finally remembered to do the paper, scissors, rock off cam, and Haruspex chose to go first cause he's a G!
So the trench coat, bit of a statement. For real, that's some cool shit. It's like the Matrix, cause your weight says you dodge NutriBullets. Now last event someone says to me, I like your style. There's some similarities I'm perceiving. You're like a young Dr. Apocalypse. The way you get the words interweaving. Now, I'm bloody shocked at this. The line's crossed a bit. It's battle rap, but a guy's still got feelings. Young Dr. Apocalypse. Quite honestly, I'd rather be the white talented Stephen. You never waste an all-you-can-eat, bro, so your waist needs a belt longer than luggage at Heathrow. Basically the face of Danny DeVito in a flat cap and on the body of Meatloaf. I've got a lot of fat jokes. It's most of my writtens, man. You look like Master Roshi did the fusion dance with a Christmas ham. Dr. Apocalypse was going to be the fifth horseman. That's fact. But the horse was like, yeah, nah, fuck off my But he's iconic in the glasses, mullet and chin strap, that vibe of the urbanised pedophile starter pack, blasting that mega death in his shed with his moonshine and his bong. You make the neck minute guy look like James Bond. I swear you have the face from the photos they used to shame people robbing from op shops. Carry it around in his pocket, tell women he's a model at bus stops. Got a career based off gay jokes, but probably loves cock because every seaman knows the city of sales is where they come into dock. Gay jokes, old stock, not fresh, but if it's what we're doing, fine. You've tasted more man flesh than Saruman's Uruk-hai. You sound like an American. You sound like an American preacher with laryngitis. You look like D-La 10 years into a mental health crisis. That's genuinely facts as well. Oi, last time you saw your knob, Helen Clark was in office. He's got a modified faucet because he struggles to wash it. If a tree falls in a forest, does it make a sound if nobody clocks it? Ironic, because last time Doc got wood, it was also a metaphysical concept. Zach Galifianakis addicted to Macca's character based off a rapper when you campaign Dungeons and Dragons. They say he's a vet in the sea, but I'm unlikely to panic because you're only a threat to buffets and hammocks. Maybe that's enough of me ragging on the fact he ain't that much of a stud. Fair play, it's a face that his mother could love, although honestly that statement ain't saying much. She's a registered destination on the northbound megabus, abnormally given, even amongst northern women, from bedroom down hall to the kitchen, 20 guys in a line all broadly grinning. But now she's got her misgivings as we're close to international visits. Her vagina collapsed and deflated with the downturn in tourism. More. One round, these jokes start to feel repetitive. Your career about a decade in, it's really all that you've been peddling. I'm no medical specialist, but the assessment in, and Haruspex is reckoning it's about time the doctor got a dose of his own medicine.
I can't believe you just did that first round in a cowboy-themed bar. Let's get this shit in proportion. Because if you did that shit in actual Texas right now, it'd be illegal. Your fucking style's an abortion. Nevertheless, everybody in the back seats just stand up, please, because we'll be dying to see this. It's the meanest versus the most fiendish of religious extremists. Bogan Buddha versus crack Jesus. The meth Zion. But don't be cross. I've nailed it, you stink martyr. The most important thing to your crew's a fix. You crystal Methodist amphetamine believers, there's no sleepings for your fried fryers and tweaking deacons on the weekends. Crack Jesus. You best believe this. He was conceived as a whack fetus in Methley hen and grew up to be this crusty Christ. He can't walk on water, but this motherfucker runs on ice. I heard his mother's nice. Yeah, virgin birth even. If you don't count all the bumming, but he's impotent as fuck. 3 days to rise again. 2,000 years without a second coming. Yeah. Old dry balls crack Jesus. It's malfeasance. That's why your raps lack reason like a handicapped man's thesis. While my pen remains dipped in poison, cunt, like Batman's penis. I call you a sad sack reject from some half-ass species, but like chicks twerking with diarrhea, you'll just clap back feces. So how can a man expect to have respect for Haruspex when he can't expectorate a spectacular spectacle for the spectators? I speculate I'm on the spectral spectrum for Haruspex. He can't fucking see me. Yeah, I suspect Specs should have gone to Specsavers. And his delivery, that's always trash. This dude's like the fucking garbage man in reverse. Call me Stephen King. I'll float this Harlequin with the turds. He smells like he just got back from Taco Bell with the squirts, and I bet your missus looks exactly like Gargamel from the Smurfs. Yeah, if you think that's bizarre as well as perverse, remember, it's just his father wearing a skirt. Meanwhile, you look like a cross between the Son of Sam and Russell Brand with less muscle mass. You look like you've been puffing crack and huffing gas from a covered bag ever since you fell out of your mother's gash into a rubbish can. At which point, the midwife made a running dash like it was a rugby match to stuff you back inside that muff and gash. Amongst the crumbs and crabs, the scum and scabs, the rolls of humongous flab that a disgusting air saying, it doesn't matter just how bad your parents are as people, no one deserves a son as dumb as that. I mean, he's the opposite of sons of mums, in fact. He never got breastfed. They just gave the kid a bottle full of cum and crack, and that kept him coming back until as a running gag, someone convinced the cunt to rap. You've got to understand, it was his mum and dad who came up with that cunning plan. When he was young and sad, they were like, let's get rid of this disgusting lad. It's good for nothing, fam. Let's call that Postman Pat in his fucking van and send him to New Zealand to spit some utter crap at the lucky fans. I guess they thought with any luck that ugly fat apocalypse would have him coming back with bloody like the monthly rag with no tongue attached. Well, spit while you still can. We've already established you suck at death, because I saw you battle King Free. And subtle facts. You're about the only guy who's ever actually done the battle and can still get accused of ducking that. That's more for the third though, right? So here is where I may as well end. But for all you people at home, this is the bit where you fast forward. Because when the bell rings to end this round, the next round rings in this bell end.
So he said something about a second coming, and you're right, that's absolutely something with which I struggle. But at the end of a working day, your mum's knackered, so normally we just cuddle. Calm down there, big guy. You're too old and too heavy for this sort of nonsense. Giving yourself a heart reaction, because you clearly love your own comments. I hate your multis so much. For those not in the know, you can use an online rhyming dictionary. Select multi-syllabic rhyme. Click that shit, it drops a list. For those of us with penmanship, it don't help much, because nothing fits. When you couple it, like becoming rich and muffin bits, but this fucking tit just runs with it, which is why I'm taking Umberidge. It's a cunning trick, a bait and switch. The structure shit, with big performance there to cover it, but when you break it down with the bluster strips, this numpty prick generates as much interest as study length from governments. The skill of a multi is building with bricks that are hard to fit together. You just take a pile of bricks and go, oh, I'll build whatever. Mad Butcher, I suggest you try trimming. Mad Butcher, I suggest you forget the fillet and brisket and try trimming the fat out of those lyrics. Less is more. Less is more, mate. You can tell that to the missus next time she's pissed the sagging man tits and the body mass index gives you a permanent limp thing. The length you go on is fucking ridiculous. It's no coincidence they push you straight to the top of my hit list. I'm not retiring a vet. I'm streamlining a business. These good people don't want to wait 4 hours for the headline event. You put them on hold. You're a ringtone with Tourette's, just white noise without anything said. I show up dialed in so every line then connects because I'm coming for apocalypse. Like the coming apocalypse. Scribe verse and drop bodies. I'm entombing sarcophagus. It's brutally obvious. Leaving consuming his food through a tube and esophagus while I fat joke at 3-0. I'm truly body positive. It's time for a new doctor. It's time you departed. I'll kick you out of the TARDIS to be exterminated by Daleks. My bars hit different, some dimension uncharted, like the DeLorean when it done up and jump-started. The doctor standing there shocked amongst the flames on the tarmac. This face-off with Dog getting bloody like something out of Hannibal. This Dr. Xavier finds staircases highly impractical. This Doctor Strange, his time frames are intangible. This doctor will do little. He ain't got shit to say to this animal. So this must be the rapture, and I've been chosen as special because when I faced down the apocalypse, I took it up a whole level.
All the fucking predictable fat jokes. I don't know whether you're just whack or incompetent, especially seeing as you look like the fucking poster child for crack and incontinence. The entire African continent is sending you $1 a day because they think your fucking withered up skinny little stature's preposterous. You look like a skinny cunt with a fucking pretty mouth who's got some crackhead with his willy out, sucking dick for drugs up the road and attacking any tinny house. Nevertheless, let's address your shitty round. So that was the testament of crack Jesus. The spineless, slimy, limey almighty. May his shite be silenced. So now it's timely for the doc to finish off this germ with a couple jabs, like the C-19 virus. You see, your rap C-mindless, your drag queen highness, and you suffer from a bad case of small penitis. So tonight it's time to put a letter on your forehead like possessed Z-fighters. But I'm not talking about that M that indicates they're controlled by a spell. All you gun-bar motherfuckers can get told this as well. I'll send you finger pistol pointing soldiers to hell. Because just like Haruspex, you're by definition holding the L. Oh. That's why it's metaphorical. My words fly like bombastic shots from Kalashnikovs to blast backwards blasphemous bastards' asses off. Example. You look like the kind of actual fop who get oiled up with no pants, assless chaps, and tassel top to wrestle David Hasselhoff and caress his cock. Haruspex is like, oh, thanks a lot. That kind of passionate man on manner of man's is hot. It makes my panties drop. And I'm like, no, you fat old spastic twat! Like a half-ass rap style that's harassment and it has to stop. It's embarrassing. See, I'm the loose cannon, the pit boss. By comparison, you're the loose stool of nanas when their shit's soft. This whole battle's been a confused amateur sipping Christoph against Bruce Banner when he's pissed off. I'll piss on this Manchester man molester so hard I achieve liftoff. Take his head off like a twist top. You can call that golden shower era hip hop from a fat bastard. Your Britpop ripoff. You wear your pants backwards like crisscross so the zips over your ass crack to receive stiff cocks. And your punchlines never fucking hit. Gosh. Even though I'm fatter than Rick Ross, you can't hit me, you can't spit me because you're too used to swallowing dick sauce. Meanwhile, I'm a magician. I'll be maliciously fisting your missus's box to come back with several missing socks and your dad's wristwatch. Fucking just watch, because this is the point where this suspiciously cut-rate Sid Vicious lost. Look at that face, like a slapped ass. All his wishes squashed. Because forget women, even airport drug dogs wouldn't sniff his crotch. Hold up. Let me hit you with some actual facts. There's the fact he thinks that we don't know just what a Haruspex is. Apart from whatever the fuck this is, like Captain Jack and Squidward had sex and had kids. But if you Google on your phone, you'll find that back in Roman times, it was the grossest kind of priest who'd shove a knife right up a goat's behind to tell the future with the entrails, right? So with this quote in mind, I find the name Haruspex don't suit you, because unless you grow some nuts, you haven't got a fucking future, because you haven't got the guts!
Final round.
So he said something about me jerking off David Hasselhoff. I mean, I spent a lot of time tonight whale spotting. Does that make me eligible for Baywatch? A bit of a breach out here. Twice. You brought out a chart of ABCs, like the type that kids use to learn to read. You've gone through each letter to do a scheme, and then against Compressor, you described this as a stroke of neuro-linguistic magic. That is what you said. It's not though, Andy, mate. That's the alphabet. You better bow to this vet. I'm a real threat in the scene because I know the primary colours on the days of the week. You're notorious for all the nonsense you spit. It's obviously shit, so repetitive, like a notch on a disc when the song starts to skip. Forget a horseman, this is the one-trick pony of the apocalypse. And I'm not even saying you can't punch, but nothing's directed, like Adesanya throwing combo after combo at the octagon's fences. Structure is something from which you would benefit, because you've been bodied by J.O. Trazer and a calorie deficit. You're stuck in a rut. You're a stick in the mud. Everything you spit generic to anyone with a dick or a mum. Can't teach an old dog new tricks, he's outgrown belly rubs. And I'm annoyed because I know a lot of young bucks stuck under the thumb of old cunts who've had more than their fair share of the time in the sun. Climbed the ladder when there was a fraction of the fight for each rung, said thanks very much and pulled it up once they were done. Floated off the fat of the land while young man scrabbled for crumbs. You're no longer endorsed. Your time in the spotlight expired. How the fuck you going to pass down a torch? You've never delivered the fire. Your shit is uninspired 1 a.m. house party bars from the guy liquored in the kitchen. Unspecific, non-viable, visionless writtens. How the fuck do I have patience for a doctor who can't write to prescription? In Aotearoa, we like our tradition. It's that go with the flow kind of culture. But just because something's been around a long time does not make it kosher, like wet rot in the wall, or who the boomers will vote for. Well done, you're part of the furniture, but so's a wank stain on the sofa. On new school, he's old school, there's no sense to deny it. And sometimes the new guy don't always have the substance or the spark to ignite it. But when you gas up these old timers just for their mileage, don't act surprised when your scene's got a refueling crisis. To recap, in case you missed it. Test failed. Your record says L. You failed, you're restricted. To be fair, this kid different, a misfit, special and gifted, while this kid, the silly prick, sat in the corner chewing a Pritt stick. Andy, in earnest, thank you for your service. You're the mum joke father, dick joke master. Every event he's back round something like bad karma, but anyone with the alias Mad Butcher should have spent enough time around farmers to know it's not really a happy ending when you're put out to pasture.
I see you get the whole concept that the third's about personals, yeah? Well, so let's start the fun with something I promised you back in the start in one. It's a heart-to-heart discussion about how King Free made you look like a retarded cunt. 2 years ago. And I can still smell the shame of that disaster. Ask your mum. He got your measure fast and won. Fuck, he fucked you so hard you left there with your balls behind you and your ass in front. In fact, you left your balls behind. You looked scared he was gonna back up all of his bars with guns. Your style was diarrhea, like you wanted to shout, then run. And that was against a Christian. fuck. Against me, you'll be leaving here with scars and stumps. I'll fuck you up as fast as Trump would fuck his daughter. You'll be seeing cartoon stars and lumps. For my religion saith, thou shalt laugh at chumps who look like Willy Wonka's bastard son with breath that smells like he just gargled a glass and a half of tongue. I said Haruspex with no guts. How about Haruspex with no heart and lungs? Fucking harden up! You should have manned up. But there's a certain church that we know and love, and the slogan, man upstairs. That's okay. I'll go double or nothing. This man upstairs. So when the CEO who set this man upstairs, I send you to personally fucking me, the man upstairs. And speaking of gods, old crack Jesus here stands opposite to Snoop when it's time to roll the big bags of buds and pass the Marley round. Why? Because give this yellow belly zigzags and the peanut would look like Charlie Brown. Well, let's fucking party down. I'll make the rest of this the marijuana round. What a fucking concept. Just the dealer handed me a bag to take home tonight. All I gotta do is smoke the weedy fucking contents. That's convenient for potheads. And Haruspex is looking greener than the water after a bong sesh because brothers with the long dreads, natural mystics like Bob said. Oh yes, and I'm only just getting the oven hot. Allow me to be blunt. None of your buds will roll up to watch you getting smoked here in this fucking spot. This seedy customer is always on that grinder. And I don't mean that he's my lean pot. Knives out. I'll burn a hole in your cap like manufacturing a bucket bomb. You're fronting like there's nothing wrong, but with every token, with every word you've spoken, you're choking like you're sucking schlong, you fucking mong. Meanwhile, my mind's demonic. I provide the finest tonic, like that 1OUTS logo. Put a little white rhino on it. But you, in Dre's back catalog, you couldn't even find the chronic. You're rooted by my chemically enhanced. I call that hydroponics. What a supply you want it. Like that shit that's locally grown. When it's time to load in the cones, I'm like old school rotary phones. Every number rolled right with each digit and hash. Haruspex is a gem that confused window people. I call him Storky her man. Listen to him talking his trash with a pork sword in his ass. This fraudulent fag's banned from every public toilet and awkward in fact, because he means intercourse with a grand when he talks about scoring a bag. And I've already mentioned he looks like a cross between our Lord and a man who's a hawk with a grams crack. Jesus, what more can I add? Except this gets irrelevant. I mean, the doc's gifted with that swift intelligence, but Haruspex gets less love than fishy fanny lips and smell of shits and halibut. So that's unanimous. So what do you say, fellas? One more line about hits of cannabis and I'll zip up the ounce bag on old Mr. Talentless. Because I prophesize, hypothesize, and philosophize the duck is like the hottest kind of spotting knives. When it comes time to burn a little herb like Haruspex, I'm in my element.
That battle was promo. Vote below for who you think won. And if you're feeling that shit, make some noise!